Welcome to our channel where we bring you the most intriguing stories and quotes from the world's greatest thinkers. Join us as we explore the fascinating life and teachings of Herilus, one of the most influential philosophers of his time. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Part 1. Unlocking the Mind. Have you ever felt trapped by the limitations of your own mind? Have you ever yearned to break free from the shackles of ignorance and unlock the true potential that lies within? If so, then the story of Herilus is sure to inspire you. Born in Athens around 270 BC, Herilus was a philosopher who dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. Despite facing numerous obstacles and setbacks, he never gave up on his quest to understand the mysteries of the universe and the human condition. As a young man, Herilus was considered slow and dull-witted, which made him the target of ridicule and mockery by his peers. This negative perception of himself caused him great pain and frustration as he struggled to find his place in a society that valued intelligence and wit. But Herilus was not one to be defeated. He realized that his perceived lack of intelligence was actually a lack of knowledge and understanding. So he began to study philosophy under the renowned philosopher Pyrrho of Elis, who was known for his skepticism and his ability to challenge conventional thinking. Under Pyrrho's guidance, Herilus learned to question everything he had been taught and to seek out new and innovative ways of thinking about the world. He developed a unique approach to philosophy that emphasized the importance of self-discovery and personal growth. This approach was in stark contrast to the dominant philosophical schools of thought at the time, which were often abstract and theoretical. Herilus believed that philosophy should be a practical and transformative practice that could help people to live better lives. One day, Herilus decided to put his newfound knowledge to the test and engage in a philosophical debate with one of his fellow students, a young man named Zeno, who was known for his sharp wit and his ability to win any argument. Zeno was confident that he could easily defeat Herilus in a debate and prove once again why he was considered the smartest student in their school. But he had not counted on Herilus' unique approach to philosophy or the depths of knowledge that his teacher Pyrrho had imparted to him. The debate between Herilus and Zeno quickly became legendary, with each philosopher using his wits and logic to try and outmaneuver the other. In the end, it was Herilus who emerged victorious, much to the shock and amazement of everyone present. News of this debate spread like wildfire throughout Athens, and soon the whole city was buzzing with excitement over the two great philosophers and their upcoming rematch. Everyone wanted to see if Herilus could defeat Zeno again, or if Zeno would be able to avenge his previous loss. But before the rematch could take place, Zeno fled to another city, no doubt eager to sharpen his debating skills and come up with a strategy to defeat Herilus when they finally met again. For several years, there was no sign of Zeno, and Herilus continued to teach and spread his unique approach to philosophy throughout Greece. However, just when it seemed that Zeno had vanished forever, he suddenly reappeared in Athens and challenged Herilus to a rematch. Herilus accepted the challenge without hesitation, and the two philosophers faced off in the city's central agora. The crowd was electric with anticipation as they watched these two brilliant minds go head-to-head in a battle of wits and logic. Zeno was more prepared this time, and the match was closer than anyone had anticipated. But in the end, it was Herilus who once again emerged victorious, proving that his approach to philosophy was not just a lucky fluke, but a powerful and effective way of thinking. After this final defeat, Zeno realized that he could never beat Herilus in a debate, and he surrendered to his rival's superior philosophical skills. He became Herilus' student, and together they continued to spread the teachings of Pyrrho throughout Greece. And so it was that Herilus, the once ridiculed and mocked student, became one of the most respected and influential philosophers of his time. His story is a testament to the power of knowledge and the importance of never giving up in the face of adversity. Now let's move on to part 2 of this episode. Part 2. from ignorance to enlightenment in the ancient Greek city of Athens, there lived a man named Protagoras who was known throughout the land for his incredible skill as a teacher. People from all over came to Athens just to learn from this wise and knowledgeable man. One day, one of Protagoras' students approached him and said, "Master, I have heard you speak about the immortality of the soul, but I still do not understand what it means. Can you explain it to me?" Protagoras smiled and said, "Of course, my son. I will tell you a story that will make it clear to you." He then began to speak. There was a king who ruled over his people wisely and justly, but as he grew older, he became very afraid of death and he did not know what to do about it. One day, he summoned the wisest man in the kingdom and asked him, "Wise man, I am afraid of death. Can you tell me what happens to a person after they die?" The wise man thought for a moment and then said, "Oh, king, when a person dies, their body is returned to the earth, their bones become dust and their spirit returns to the heavens from whence it came." The king was not satisfied with this answer. He wanted to know more. So he asked, "What is the spirit that returns to the heavens? Is it the same as the person who lived on earth?" The wise men said, "Yes, O king, it is the same spirit, but it is purer and more perfect. It is the true essence of the person, free from the limitations of the physical body." The king was still not convinced. He asked, "If it is the same person, then why can I not see or hear them anymore? Why does it seem as if they have disappeared from the world?" The wise man replied, "Oh, king, you cannot see or hear them because you are limited by your senses. But know this, the spirit that returns to the heavens is immortal. It continues to live on in the realm of the gods and is free from the cycle of birth and death." The king pondered these words and realized that he had been wrong to fear death. He understood that death was just a transition to a higher state of being and that his spirit would continue to live on in the afterlife. He thanked the wise man for his wisdom, and from that day forward, he no longer feared death. Protagoras then turned to his student and said, "This, my son, is what it means to be ignorant. To think that when a person dies, they truly die and that there is no life after death. To think that the soul is the same as the body and that it is bound to the physical world. This is what it means to be enlightened. To understand that the soul is immortal and that it returns to the heavens when the body dies. To realize that the physical world is just an illusion and that the true reality is the spiritual world where the soul comes from and where it returns to. When you understand this, my son, you will no longer fear death. You will welcome it as a joyous occasion, knowing that it is just a doorway to a higher state of being." The student was deeply moved by this story and he realized that he had been ignorant about the nature of the soul and the afterlife. He thanked Protagoras for his wisdom and vowed to share the story with others so that they too could be enlightened. And so it was that the story of the king and the wise man spread throughout the land, bringing enlightenment and wisdom to all who heard it. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Great Philosophers. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the life and teachings of Herilus. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.